The Just Right Pumpkin. Are you kids coming to my Halloween party this year? Asked Mr. Jackson. Yes, the kids all answered. They love the special Halloween parties Mr. Jackson had every year. Drew, however, was new to the neighborhood. He had never been to a Halloween party. What do we do at a Halloween party? Drew asked Mr. Jackson. This year we are having a jack-o'-lantern contest, said Mr. Jackson. The spookiest pumpkin will win. Now go ahead and pick pumpkins out from my pumpkin patch. Let's go make our jack-o'-lanterns, everyone yelled. They ran around to Mr. Jackson's backyard and climbed the short fence that surrounded his pumpkin patch. I like this one, said Corey, Drew's next-door neighbor. This one is mine, said Kevin, Drew's other next-door neighbor. Here's one for me, said Shannon, Drew's neighbor from across the street. Drew found a little pumpkin in the corner of the patch. He could see it had grown small and lopsided and had some brown spots on it. Oh well, thought Drew, I'll use this one, even though it isn't perfect. Drew wasn't sure how he wanted to decorate his pumpkin so it would become a jack-o'-lantern. So he went to see how Corey was fixing his pumpkin. What are you doing? Asked Drew. Trying to get these orange lights to wrap around my pumpkin, said Corey. Corey wrapped the string of lights around his pumpkin. Wow, thought Drew. His pumpkin is so much bigger than my pumpkin. It's going to look a lot more scary than mine. Suddenly, all the lights on Corey's pumpkin flittered and then went dark. Oh no! One of the lights went out, exclaimed Corey. I'll have to check each one. It will take a long time to figure out. Drew decided not to bother Corey any more, so he left. Drew went to see what his friend Kevin was doing with his pumpkin. When Drew arrived, he saw that Kevin had made a scarecrow out of old clothes. Kevin's pumpkin sat on top of the scarecrow's shoulders with a straw hat on top of it. Drew could see that Kevin's pumpkin was more orange and round than his pumpkin. What a perfect pumpkin, thought Drew. Mine is small and lopsided with brown spots. What are you doing? Asked Drew. Oh, said Kevin, bumping into his pumpkin scarecrow. You scared me. I didn't hear you. Crash! The scarecrow fell to the ground. Drew thought the pumpkin would split into a dozen pieces when it hit the ground, but it landed in a soft pile of leaves. Kevin started laughing. I thought for a second, said Kevin, that my pumpkin would break. I guess now I'll have to start over. I'm sorry, said Drew. It's okay, said Kevin. Can I help you fix it? Drew asked. Sure, Kevin said. They picked up the scarecrow body and the pumpkin and put it back together.